It's our monthly look at the state of the rural real estate market. To tell us all about it, GM of PGG Rights and Real Estate. His name is Peter Newbold. And Peter, I want to start with the forestry conversion land from sheep and beef country, or presumably from sheep and beef country. Is that still happening, or is the market cooling its heels a wee bit there?
Yeah, look, it is happening, but as you worded, it is cooling a bit. So definitely the activity there has slowed, and those that are looking at it or playing in that market are more local. And I think also what we're seeing there is there's probably a little bit of pressure on values coming back, which I think if you look longer term for everyone is probably a good thing, especially those that want to get into sheep and beef farms in the future.
What's happening with the dairy market?
It's been pretty static, to be honest. And I think a lot of that comes around, there's higher running costs, interest rates, just a whole lot of things that are in place at the moment. So, look, it's been pretty static, to be brutally honest.
Horticulture was the star of the stable for the past few years, but, as we've already heard on the show today, kiwi fruit's had a very challenging 2 or 3 seasons.
Yeah, and I think you've got to go back before that. They had a wonderful run. Every way they turned was positive. So I guess there's just a bit of readjustment. But when I speak to our guys in the field, they're feeling it will come back again. And there's a great future in there, as you've said.
What about the Hawke's Bay region? Is there any activity in there at the moment at all around horticulture?
Not so much in horticulture at the moment. There's a number that have, I guess, been inquiring about listing of their properties. There's been, interestingly, quite a lot of activity in the sheep and beef, which has been taking place, which has probably taken me by surprise a little bit, but a lot more activity in that space than we've had for a few years. So I guess that's good.
I'm hearing anecdotally that there are a lot of farmers looking to exit, and they're retiring farmers. They may be in their late 50s, 60s or whatever. They may not have the next generation coming through, and they're looking to exit. Who's going to buy these farms?
Well, I think the first part is you're 100% right. We often talk about it, but I think we're going to see significant change in this space over the next few years, and I think there'll be a lot of farmers retire, and I think there will be a market. Rural's a great place to start out or move into. So, look, I don't think there'll be any problem finding buyers. I just think we're going to see a lot of good properties come to the market that have maybe held in a family for a number of generations, and I think we'll see that starting this spring.
Are we seeing corporate activity in that space?
To be honest, not a lot at the moment. It's mainly, neighbours, regional, or what we have seen is a few individuals from outside the traditional rural space investing in farms. And I think we've seen quite a bit of that in the North Island.
Let's just finish on lifestyle properties, because we know from COVID that there was a huge move towards getting out of the city, getting out of the rat race, getting a bit of green space around you. Is there still interest in that? Because the other thing that has come out of COVID, I guess, is people's ability to work remotely.
Yeah, look, there's still good interest in that. And I think the other thing we've seen is values, I think, have got to a point where people are comfortable. I think with the change of our working habits, what's going on in our bigger cities, I guess the facilities that are in regional or provincial New Zealand are strong. So I think we'll see lifestyle continue on strongly. And, if you go back, say, a decade, it was very cyclical. I don't think that's going to take place moving forward. I think we're going to see more and more people head to that option in the future. So I think that's going to be a growing marketplace, definitely.
Hey, Peter Newbold, thanks as always for your time on The Country. Catch you next month. Try and keep dry in central Otago today.
Yeah, thanks, Jeremy, and you have a good afternoon.